Hey, I want to give you a quick update about one of our missions partners, Daniel and Jagoda, or maybe you know her as Blueberry because that's what her name means and it's a little easier to say. So they are our missions partners in Poland, and God's been doing some amazing things through them and through their ministry. So just like here in the United States, Poland has been very much closed for the last couple months, but it's still so cool to see what God is doing through them, even with so much of the country being closed. So one of the cool things they've been able to do is a Spanish conversational group on Zoom. So they're involved in a couple different conversational clubs there in Poland, both an English-speaking one and now a Spanish-speaking one. And it allows people to go to these clubs in person and practice their Spanish or English. But Daniel and Jagoda are able to do that and help them learn English or Spanish, but then also get to bring up Jesus and have these natural conversations with people, helping them meet a practical need, improving their language skills, but then also helping them understand the gospel truth of God and Jesus. So what's cool is that they're doing these clubs and obviously not able to do them in person, so they moved the Spanish one online and able to watch it start growing. And one of these guys from Ecuador has also come in and being a part of this group. And how cool it is that they're starting to grow these conversational groups, and that this person's friend now starting to join, and it's her name is Pauline. And it's just so cool, like, to see how God's growing this group organically and naturally, as people are telling other people, and the gospel message is getting spread through a Spanish conversational group just on Zoom. So one of the other great things that Daniel and Jagoda have been able to do is partnering with some former Jehovah's Witnesses through 2 conferences. And it was over 50 former Jehovah Witness members that were able to attend these 2 conferences and start to understand what the true gospel message is. So they were able to partner with this guy. His name's David, and he was a former elder or former leader in Jehovah's Witness. He has a strong heart for the gospel and for discipleship and evangelism, and so they're being able to partner with him and host these 2 conferences to really help people understand where they come from and understand the true gospel message of Jesus. So really cool to see how God's using Daniel and Jagoda there in these 2 conferences with these former Jehovah's Witnesses. Also, just a side note, a quick update on their family. So they just had their 2nd son. His name's Samuel. He's 3 months old. He's doing really well. They're just really enjoying being able to have another son and just how God has blessed their family. Even to the simple fact that Samuel's sleeping through the night at 3 months old, obviously that's a huge deal. So just even small blessings like that, they're just super grateful for, that God has blessed their family even in a simple way like that. Actually, for all you new parents, it's it's not a simple thing. It's a massive thing. So they're very grateful for even that blessing. But being able to start to see some of Jagoda's family, now that the country's opened up, they're very grateful for that. Just to be able to see them and share in that as things are changing now, as their country's starting to open up. So a couple quick prayer requests from Daniel and Jagoda. First would be for Blueberries, for her women's discipleship group. She's leading 2 Zoom women's discipleship groups right now, and she's just requesting prayer for herself as she leads and guides these groups, but also for those women, that they will be strengthened, that they will grow deeper in their faith, that they will mature as they follow God, as they become more mature in their faith. So just be praying for that. They would really appreciate that. Also, for the street church, it just recently opened, and just to be praying that God uses that ministry to meet practical needs and just to meet people there on the street, for God's glory. Also be praying for safety, obviously, as things get to reopen, the risk of everything with going on with COVID, but just to pray for the leadership and the volunteers there, that they are safe, and that they continue to meet the needs that they need to meet, practical needs, that they can be the hands and feet of Jesus, and they can share the gospel message there on the streets in Poznan. So please be praying for that. So thank you again for so much of your support, for your love, for your prayers. It means so much to Daniel and Jagoda. And it's so amazing to see that even through lockdown, even through the craziness, God is using them and God is blessing their ministry, and just to see the fruits of the ministry is really exciting, and we can't wait to see more what God's going to do in their lives next month. Thanks, guys.